Hey everyone, Carol here. First of all, happy World IBD Day. What better day to post a video on my JPOUCH journey. Something about me you might not know, may or may not know, most likely don't know, is that I don't have a colon anymore. I had one at one point and now it's right here, not inside me. This is it, this is a colon. If you don't know what a colon is, it goes right here, looks like this. Goes like this, does about that. You can live without it, clearly. I'm living, I'm breathing, I'm just fine. But I kind of want to explain why I had to have this surgery, where it came from, because for a lot of people it came out of nowhere. All of a sudden I didn't have a colon. First of all, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you're watching this, it means you care. It means you care about my journey. It means you care about IBD in general, which is really important because there's people my age and younger that have these diseases, and they're not really being talked about right now. They're not really diseases that anyone wants to talk about when they have it, and it's also not something that you can tell somebody has until they say that they have it. It's called an invisible disease. You can't see it. You can't tell that somebody has Crohn's or ulcerative colitis unless you notice they're going to the bathroom way more often than they should be. You know, even saying that, you know, you might notice that somebody's going to the bathroom more often than they should. That, what do you call it? Stigmatism, like the stereotype, It's the stigma. It's the stigma behind these diseases. Anyway, people think that ulcerative colitis and Crohn's is pretty much just a stomach ache. That's the reason we need to talk about this right now. It's the reason World IBD Day is so important to those that have IBD or to those that might know somebody that has IBD. We gotta keep talking about it. We gotta bring more awareness to these diseases so we can keep doing research to find better medicines, better cures, all that good stuff. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate you, and let's get into it. IBD, first off, means irritable bowel disease. The two diseases that make up irritable bowel disease are Crohn's and ulcerative colitis. The only difference between the two are Crohn's can affect anywhere in your digestive tract. Ulcerative colitis only affects your large intestine, and so that's what I had. I had ulcerative colitis. I was diagnosed back in 2010. Both these diseases, they come with a book full of symptoms. I mean, it's unreal. And for those of you watching that either have the disease or know somebody close to you that for those of you that have the disease or know somebody close to you that has Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, you know what they put up with. I'm gonna tell it how it is. So earmuffs if you don't want to talk about poop. There's a lot of trips to the bathroom with these diseases. Not only that, it's not just a tummy ache, it's not just a upset stomach, it's excruciating pain. It also comes with some internal bleeding of sorts. It's not something that you can just put off. To keep your life normal, you have to be on what they call a cocktail of medications usually, which at one point I think I was on 8 to 10 pills a day, and that was an average day for me. These are pills that cause symptoms of their own. So, you know, you're dealing with hair loss, you're dealing with weight gain, even though you can barely eat a couple carrots. You know, you don't know what these medications are doing to you. And again, that's why we're talking about it now, because the more research we do, that can get us some better medications. I mean, there's children that have these diseases and they're having to take these hardcore medications that we don't, I mean, they're FDA approved, but we don't really know what they're doing to us in the long run. So I was on all of these medications, and I got to the end of the line of the medications that are approved for ulcerative colitis. When I got to the end of that line, my symptoms were as bad as they've ever been. So since 2010, I was having the worst time that I've ever had with this disease, and I was still on the most intense medications for it. It got that intense where it was just, I wanted my colon cut out of me. I was begging for my surgery to be closer, to be moved up so that I could get the surgery sooner. That's how bad I was. And so now that we're talking about the surgeries, you know, what did that entail? So basically it was a 3-step surgery. These were times that I'll never forget, but also times that I'm excited to forget a little bit. I mean, it was rough, but there were definitely things that made it easier. So the first step, basically, I went in there, they cut out my colon. I woke up feeling like I got punched in the gut 10 times, but I was also really happy.
See Murph here, doing good, piece of cake. That's all, bye, I love you guys.
I woke up feeling healthy. I woke up feeling like a monster was literally pulled out of my body. They asked me if I wanted to see it, and it was kind of, I said no. I said no. And I said, toss that into the trash. So when you don't have a large intestine anymore, you're left with basically your small intestine to do all the digesting, all the hard work. I was still eating at this point. The food that was going in my mouth had to come out somewhere, right? So what they had to do was give me an ostomy. What an ostomy is basically a hole in the side of your stomach. I'll show you. It's basically this little guy, this little hole, and that's pretty much my only scar, which is kind of bragging, kind of not. So through that little scar, through that little hole, they pull out the end of your small intestine so that your waste, you know, what you're eating and what's coming out, can get diverted somewhere. And so after that first surgery, your waste is getting diverted into the bag, you're healing on the inside. 2-3 months later, they call you and you make your second appointment for your second surgery. 2, I'll stop, 2. So surgery number 2. After they take out your large intestine, you heal after the first surgery. Surgery number 2 is where the JPOUCH comes into play. Basically what a JPOUCH is they take the end of your small intestine and loop it like a J and staple it all up. And that J is your new reservoir, that's your new colon. So after they create this JPOUCH, your insides still need to heal quite a bit, and so they leave you with an ostomy bag once again. Once that second surgery is done, it's just a waiting game until your last surgery. So surgery number 3. Basically, without getting super scientific, they pop everything back inside you. There's no more bag, you're going to the bathroom like a normal person. There's a bit of an adjustment period, which I wasn't too prepared for mentally, but you get through it just like everything else. I can honestly say now I feel pretty much as close to normal as I have since pre-diagnosis. So since before 2010, I feel great. Like I said, I'm kind of making this for people that might be going through this, so I don't want to sugarcoat it or anything. You do go to the bathroom more than a normal person, but this is Brixton. I need him here because this is where I might start getting emotional. Just fair warning. I might not though, I might hold it together because. So I just want to talk about the how. How the f did I get through this? First and foremost, what I try to remember is I had to have these surgeries, and it left me feeling way better than if I wouldn't have had these surgeries. So,
Sit. Good boy.
So support. That is how I got through this. My support system, I luckily had an amazing support system. My parents, were a huge support system for me. I don't. Is where it gets real. And then I start thinking about how I don't want to cry, and then I cry more, and then how do people pull it together?
Take a deep breath. In through your nose.
Now I'm just trying to shake these stubborn tears. No, yeah, so support system. If you don't got one, get yourself one. That along with all the friends that texted me. I mean, thank you, first of all, to anyone that was there for me, that texted me, that wrote me cards, got me flowers, anything. I still feel like I owe you guys, because honestly it was because of that I had such a positive attitude going into these surgeries and coming out of them. You think that you're gonna come home and just do everything by yourself once again. Not true. Not true at all. I've never leaned harder on my girlfriend, and it was, here come the tears again. Yeah, being able to lean on somebody is really important.
No, because now I'm crying.
Tits. Oh my god, we just served two, so I just literally wiped so much salt into my eyes. Great. I love you. Thank you. It was a doozy. We went through things that 25-year-old couples couldn't imagine going through. We're stronger from all this, and I'm grateful for that opportunity we were given to kind of experience something that not a lot of people our age have to experience. It gave us just a completely different view on life, and just how important it is to have your health. And if you have your health, you shouldn't be complaining about much. There's not much to complain about if you have your health and your happiness, of course.
Here, let me let you wrap it up yourself.
So just to wrap it all up, you know, tears are done. We're done crying. We're all happy now. Just be thankful for your health. If you need a support system and you don't know where to find one, Janelle and I will be your support system. If you have any questions, anything specific that I didn't touch base on that has to do with, you know, the JPOUCH surgeries or ulcerative colitis or Crohn's, message me. I will always be here for anybody that needs advice or help, or, you know, just somebody to talk to. If you want to continue doing research on these diseases and learn a little bit more about them, I'll leave some links in the description. You could also donate at these links, so I'll make sure to leave a link where you can donate. These donations will help fund research for, like I said, more medications with less symptoms, more cures, but anyway, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you. Thank you again to anybody that was there for me during this time. I freaking love you so much, and I can't say anything more than that because I'll start crying, so just know that I love you so much. You're awesome, and I love you, and I'll see you later.